At least 90 fellow Texans are now confirmed dead, with many more still missing as a result of those devastating July 4th floods in the Texas Hill Country. 75 of those souls, 48 adults, 27 children, were in Kerr County. We know of 5 confirmed deaths of people with connections to the Houston area, and many more remain either missing or identified. In the midst of all this heartache and tragedy, that part of Central Texas remains under a flood watch until 7 p.m. this evening. KPRC2's Rochelle Turner is in Kerr County with more on the current conditions.
Sadly, 10 campers and 1 counselor from Camp Mystic are still unaccounted for. Today, we learned that crews are covering over 100 miles across several counties. Now, they're still in their primary search phase. They're using drones, helicopters, canines, horses, ATVs, whatever they can use to find the people that are still missing. Along the South Fork of the Guadalupe River between Hunt and Ingram, power outages are still a major issue. More than 40 power lines are down and multiple substations are damaged. Right now, there's no estimated time for restoration. Senator Ted Cruz says more than 150 high water rescues have taken place, and he praised heroic actions from Eagle Scouts and camp counselors. He also confirmed early flash flood warnings were sent between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m., but acknowledged many residents were likely asleep and may have missed them. He says communication gaps, especially in rural areas, will be addressed after rescue efforts wrap up.
And so I think we will have a reasonable conversation about, are there any ways to have earlier detection? And some of that, the limits of a flash flood, they're very difficult because they can arise so quickly. But everyone would agree in hindsight, if we could go back and do it again, we would evacuate particularly those in the most vulnerable areas, the young children in the cabins closest to the water. We would remove them and get them to higher ground if we could go back and do it again.
There was also a lot of questions about the National Weather Service and FEMA. Counselors at La Junta camp were able to make it out. No one died, but it's a much different story for Camp Mystic. The camp released a statement saying 27 campers and counselors sadly died. Kerrville's city manager addressed questions about evacuations.
Well, why don't we evacuate? Well, evacuation is a delicate balance, because if you evacuate too late, you then risk putting buses, or cars or vehicles or campers on roads into low water areas trying to get them out, which then can make it even more challenging because these flash floods happen very quickly. That's what.
During the press conference, someone asked how many people are still missing, and officials couldn't really answer that. They did touch on the amount of phone calls that many families are receiving from people scamming them, trying to be local officials, asking for money. They say it's a really tough time for families, and right now they're just looking for answers and prayers. Of course, this is a story we will continue to stay on top of for any new developments. Reporting in Kerrville, I'm Rochelle Turner, KPRC2 News.